Wow. Just putting in some effort and spinning my way through another sales cycle. Welcome to Multiview Sales Summit, the first sales summit in 2021. I am really looking forward to sharing ideas with you all, learning from each other, and to celebrate collectively as a team. Sales success is no different than completing an Ironman triathlon or marathons or any other sort of ultra endurance race. At any point during a race, things can be going really well, and then the next minute, horribly wrong. And I've personally experienced that both in sales and in ultra endurance racing. And I'm here today to share 3 specific tips that I've picked up along the way, and I hope you enjoy. Tip number 1. The person who starts the race is not the same person who finishes the race. My first half marathon was in 2010. I finished in 1 hour and 53 minutes, my slowest time. But in hindsight, it may have been my most significant race. Canadian Olympic gold medalist Simon Whitfield once said, "You have to forget your last race before you try another. Your mind can't know what's coming." Not me. I was hooked. Ultra endurance events isn't for everyone. Heck, I run them and I believe the race does more damage than good. Many who take the risk and run one check the bucket list box and they're done. I had a much different reaction. I fell in love, the challenge, the pain, the crowds, the training, the discipline, the competition. I just couldn't get enough. I needed to feel it all again and again. Sales isn't for everyone either. Hunger, competitiveness, resiliency, curiosity, persistence, passion, tenacity, patience, charm, commitment. The list goes on and on. You'll need them all to succeed. One thing is certain, sales will change you. Much like triathlons and marathons, sales is a polarizing endeavor. You won't have to forget your last sale to know whether you want to try another. If you're still overcoming rejection in sales after your first no, or if you're not supercharged and hungry for more after your first sale, you're better off taking your career in a different direction. Tip number 2. Run the mile you're in. Ryan Hall, one of the best marathoners in American history, authored a book with this title. I'm a huge fan of Ryan, and I love the expression because 26.2 miles is a long way. A marathon can be overwhelming. I've learned to break the journey into chunks that are more easily digestible. Being present while running and concentrating on literally running the mile you're running sounds simple in theory, but it's a challenge to adhere to in practice. Your mind can take you to a lot of places when you're running. Some are happy, but many are dark, especially at the tail end of a marathon. Imagining 26 consecutive 1-mile races in a row is a little less intimidating than standing at Wellington and Elgin Street in downtown Ottawa and realizing you need to run through the Glebe, Little Italy, Westboro, Chinatown, across the Ottawa River and over the Portage Bridge into Gatineau, back over the Alexander Bridge and Rockcliffe on your way back to Sandy Hill to cross the finish line. Sales can be overwhelming too. Have you identified and segmented your target markets? Who is your ideal customer? What is his or her ideal buyer journey? What about pricing strategies? Does your product's price match the market's perceived value? Have you thought through all the strategies and tactics you'll need to maximize revenue? What about the stages of sales? Have you identified them? Are your marketing and advertising effective? How do you know? On top of it all, we're in a particularly rapid changing world. How are you going to optimize your sales strategy? Should you develop more digital optimization? Do you have a digital sales enablement strategy? Take a deep breath. Much like you can't run 26.2 miles all at once, you can't do everything you need to succeed in sales in one fell swoop. Run the mile you're in. Run it well, focus, repeat. Tip number 3. You get out of it what you put into it. It's often said that running a marathon is a microcosm of life. I agree. And when I say I agree, I don't just mean there's a poetic beginning, middle, and end. I mean there's the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything magnificent in between. You'll be disappointed and mortified in ways you didn't see coming. You'll be delighted and exhilarated in ways you could only dream. One thing stands out. You get out of it what you put into it. Did you do some fast finish long runs? No? Well, don't expect to finish the race strong. How about rest? Did you run 80% of your runs at recovery pace and taper properly? No? Well, if you're lucky enough to be healthy at the starting line, good luck when you hit the wall at mile 21. It's not surprising to me when I meet an endurance athlete who excels at sales. Discipline, persistence, tenacity, so many attributes are transferable. Sales is a similar formula. You get out of it what you put in. Are sales and marketing aligned? No? Well, that's going to come back to haunt you. Are your sales reps positioned as thought leaders in the industry? No? Then you'll have an uphill battle nurturing leads and earning credibility. Have you created an airtight customer feedback loop? No? Then don't be surprised when customers are unhappy and attrition increases. Sales, much like a marathon, has a way of punishing or rewarding you in proportion to the level of effort and efficiency of execution you apply. You reap what you sow. That's life.